Hey, it's Tuesday tea time with Dorina, and I am thankful that I am with you here tonight. Okay, now you know we doing a late night thing because we normally we start off at 7, but I was gonna surprise you. I was gonna be in a different location, but my Wi-Fi would not work because I had a meeting. But anyway, we are here Tuesday tea time with Dorina, and we are from Women of Wisdom. We are a nonprofit organization here to bridge the generational gap between the younger and the older generation because we need each other to pass on vital knowledge, and we are here to empower teen girls and women with practical wisdom and confidence. How about that? Okay, so since we are doing a little late night thing, I figured that I would just do some uh eh, they do have a thing called sleepy time tea, so I can't call this sleepy time tea, but chamomile is a good tea to have late at night when you just want to rest. So I have Celeste chamomile. That's what I'm doing tonight. And if you are joining me or will be joining me later, I hope that you join with your cup, whether it's tea or water or whatever you want to drink, and that you fill your cup up with lots of wisdom tonight. All right. I have my blessed, look at my butterfly cup. I have a couple of these because I got a couple of friends that bought me one of these. This is my blessed purple butterfly cup. Okay, we're going to use that tonight. Tea time. Mm, it's nice and hot and fall's coming in. This is tea time weather for me. All right. Mm. So you know that we've been talking about the process of transformation. So there's, a lot of, steps or whatever, levels, or, when you're going through a transformation, there's a lot of changes, processing, that we go through. And so tonight we are going to talk about honesty. Okay, so we've talked about our thinking. That's the first thing that when I went through my transformation, that was the first thing I started dealing with my thinking, and had to break down my old way of looking at myself. And last week, oh, what did we talk about um, last week? I can't think of it because my mind is on this week. Because you know what? When we talk about honesty, oh, wow, that is a major part of transformation, because we have to learn to be honest with ourselves. We have to learn to embrace the honesty and allow that honesty to work itself through our thinking, our emotions, our heart, even our decision making, just being honest with ourselves. And it's so important that, you know, that we learn to embrace that honesty that's coming out, even though we're dealing with difficult situations. We're going back uh, in time, and we may be dealing with some hurts and pains of the past, and we have to be honest that we felt them. You can't ignore the pain. Remember, we talked about last week, hurt goes in, injury hurt goes in, healing hurt comes out. But if we are not honest with ourselves that we're actually feeling hurt, then there's nothing to heal. And if there is something there and we are refusing to accept the truth about it, then we'll never get past that level in life. And that'll always be something there that hinders us in some kind of way. Okay. It's just better to just uh, receive it and move on. And I know that that can be a hard situation for some of us, maybe even most of us, because it was a hard situation for me, especially because I grew up under a lot of criticism and, people talking about you and all this kind of stuff. And so all that negativity that piles up on your negative thinking, just uh, like a stronghold, and it makes you feel worse than what you already feel. But whoo, when the healing hurt comes to uh, not fruition, not to the forefront, or um, comes up to the top, and we can just like, I don't know if you ever research about how gold gets its purity, but you have to turn the heat up, and when you do that, all the dross, all the impurities come up to the top, and then they usually take like a little thing, that just kind of goes across the top of it and scrape that stuff off. And the more the heat heats up, that stuff comes up, and you just scrape it off, and then you got purity. Okay, so when it comes to transformation, it's basically the same thing, because you're losing, or let's see, the heat is being turned up, and now you gotta face some things that you buried, and now it's gotta come out so that you can experience, and I can experience the healing hurt, because healing hurt is way better than injury hurt. Healing hurt goes in, hurt comes out. It's got to come out. And you can't professionally improve unless you personally improve. How about that for Tuesday tea time? Let's take a tea time break. All right. Tea time. Because I got a quote for you. And I want to share. Ooh, that's good. I got a little fresh honey. Shout out again to my son, Blacksmith Honey. We're talking about pure honey from the Honey Blacksmith Honey Farm. Okay, listen, let me share this with you. Okay, integrity and honesty are like twin sisters. They both are about telling ourselves the truth. That in itself is integrity, when we can be truthful with our own selves. And even honesty is about truth itself as well. And we want to be women of wisdom. If you're going to be a woman of wisdom, you definitely want the characteristics of integrity. And integrity works together well with honesty. And so to go through this process of transformation, you are going to develop your integrity, and hone in your skills, of honesty and come out to be this beautiful butterfly. And so you want to embrace this process, even though it may be difficult, it may, hurt. I already know, there's going to be pain because there was pain with mine. And, I had to be truthful with myself. You're going to have to be truthful with yourself. But it will bring a peaceable fruit of righteousness and prosperity in your life. If nothing else, you will feel good about yourself, and you need that. And it'll help you grow in your confidence. And really, you'll learn how to use your experiences and knowledge that you've gained through this to incorporate the wisdom that you have developed within inside of you. Because like I always say, and I'll continue to say this, wisdom is the ability to use knowledge correctly. So that's what you want to learn how to do, and you will learn how to do that if you embrace the honesty of hurt goes in, hurt comes out, and go through that process, and you'll be able to use that to your advantage. Come on now, you can't tell me that's not good. This is wisdom talking tonight, okay? And I can't say, that, you know, I don't get the credit for that, okay? Let me just put it like that. Yeah. Okay. So, anywho, let's move on to my quote because I only have a few minutes left. Honesty is more than not lying, it is truth telling, truth speaking, truth living, and truth loving. Isn't that good? No legacy is so rich as honesty. Wow. It takes strength and courage to admit the truth. Come on now. That's good right there. All we need to do is allow ourselves to heal, allow ourselves to put these things in proper perspective where we're thinking the way we should, because without us thinking right about ourselves, do you know that you won't think right about other people? Do you know that you will hinder your future because you are not thinking properly about yourself and about people? And do you know that twist our perspective in life, how we do life, how we treat people, how we treat ourselves? And then if we don't do that right, then we're going to sow wrong seeds and we're going to reap wrong seeds. And then what that's going to do is that's going to magnify the negativity that we're already dealing with. So you see how important it is for us to be honest with ourselves as we go through the process of transformation. Next week, if it's permitted, we'll see what happens. We are going to talk about oh my goodness, I just lost it just that quick. We are going to talk about, it'll come back to me. Okay, so anyway, let me share this with you because I was going to share it tonight, but I decided that honesty was something that we needed to deal with before we talk about this other that's it. Protection, about protecting ourselves. I told you it was going to come back to me. We're going to talk about protection next week, because you know, through this butterfly transformation, you have got to protect yourself because you are becoming vulnerable, and you don't want your emotions to mislead you or misguide you. Okay, so we're going to deal with this last quote. Read it with me. Real transformation requires real honesty. If you want to move forward, get real with yourself. Oh, that's good. You know what? We want everybody else to be real with us. How about us being real with ourselves? And do you know that that's a skyrocket thing? You know that we will soar and fly high. We want to be like the eagles, not just the butterflies. You know that the crows and the chickens, they hang low, okay? But we want to be like the eagles, and we want to fly high, and we want to be like the butterflies. We want to go from the sweet aroma life flower to another sweet aroma life flower where we are pollinating others and helping them to experience what we are allowing ourselves to experience. So you know that's good. Okay, so I want to thank you for joining me tonight. And you know what I always tell you, Dorena loves you. Mwah. And remember to walk in wisdom. All right. Good night. Have a great night.